I can hear the crows. Hello, my fellow writers. This is my cabin in the woods that you can see here. My writer's studio. And it's spring here. We still have a fair amount of snow, but we've had some mild spells, so it's starting to melt. This one, you can see the date I put on here. I built this by hand last year, 2019. Let's go in and take a look. It's a place where I can get away and write. I just wanted to make a short video of the this is the back window here. Let's see out here. I can see the view of the back. It's like a frozen lake back there. But it's spring, so it's going to start to thaw out pretty soon. And I just wanted to share this with other writers to let you know where I'm working. I have a heater, and I've put my collection of books here. And on this wall, I got Marilyn Monroe in the corner, candle, the guy I'm working for, and another window. I put a little sconce light up in the corner. I can turn that on. So I wired it all up, so I got power in here. And I got a little heater I can put on, which is kind of groovy, if I can put the heater on. Well, it's not plugged in. I got to plug that in. I don't have power right now, but the whole thing can plug in. On the back wall, Thankful, a candle, Blade Runner, a Pink Floyd poster. That's got some meaning behind it. Chasing ass when I was young. Marilyn again. Something about cannabis, tapping into the spirit realm. A meaningful poster. The Dude. Bob Marley. And I got some windows up top to get light in. And the ceiling. So this is where I'm writing, and I wanted to comment on what I'm working on. The latest books that I've gone through are about the mind. That's been very helpful. I finished those. And this is what I'm working on right now, is these two books by Yuval Noah Harari. The first one called Sapiens, the second one called Homo Deus. Homo Deus? I don't know how to pronounce that. It should be entitled God is Dead 1 and God is Dead Part 2, because that's the theme of these books. This gentleman, Harari, is a anti-theist. He is trying to present an argument that there is no God, and he goes through great lengths in his first book to present his argument, and then in the second one he kind of takes more liberties, and he just assumes that God is dead because of his success with his first book. Now, in his first book, he also is anti-religion, of course. He equates Christianity with Nazism at one point when he reaches a real frenzy of his theorizing. But then he takes that back later on and says, well, not all Christians are Nazis. So he kind of backtracks. And in this book, he's got some very this is not a short, we're looking at 400 or 500 pages, and so there's a lot of work that I have to do to address his arguments. And but the more that he fights against theism, the more the realization becomes that we need theism. Now, I'm also working on this one, which is my other project, Sam Harris, The Moral Landscape. His theory is that we don't need religion to have ethics. We can use science to determine ethics and human values, as the title says. But again, the more that these gentlemen, I call them the new atheists, and that's what they call themselves, the new atheists, they are winning over the hearts and minds of many people. And so my job, working for this gentleman up here, is to counter that with the best of my ability, and not to go against it, because what they're doing is they're removing a lot of layers of hypocrisy, and so they are doing good work in their own way. But the more they kick against theism, the more becomes the realization of the necessity of theism, in my humble opinion. Anyway, I finished this book by Malcolm Gladwell, Blink, which I thought was horrible, because I believe this is simply an advertisement for Pepsi. He uses mental hypnosis to try and convince people to it's an endorsement for the Pepsi-Cola company to drink their product, and he uses mental hypnosis to try and convince people of that. And it's a very effective book, interesting experiment. Marketers would like this book. And then I also finished this book, which I really enjoyed. Very entertaining, very insightful and poignant, and by this gentleman, Mark Manson. And so that was quite enjoyable. And the Mind books were very enjoyable as well. These two were excellent, helping me to understand myself. But this is my task that's in front of me, is these two books here, God is Dead 1, God is Dead 2, and The Moral Landscape by Sam Harris. That's going to take me a long time to address and to dismantle bit by bit, because that's a big task. I can't just do that in a month or something, right? I mean, these are, especially these two, is years of data that's in there, and work and effort and all that kind of stuff. But I've got my little space. I got my little desk here, and I got my little heater, a second heater. I got a little radio to keep me company. I'm so thankful for this carpet, which I'm so enamored by. I've got a place to sit down, to chill out. I have my candle and my little plant up there. And that's it. That's the place. And I got the books here. I normally have a notebook here, but it's inside right now. And now that the weather is warming up, I'll be able to spend more time out here, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't have the light on. Oh no, of course I have the power turned off. So I've got to turn the power on. But I just wanted to share this video with my fellow writers to show you where I'm working, and to hope that you have a place to work as well. And that I've also, of course, I've joined Medium, and I've been writing little blurbs on Medium, and I'm hoping that would help pass the time as well, because those little blurbs help me to think and to share thoughts in short little chunks at a time. But I'll have to work on something more substantial. But I probably don't have the patience or the diligence to put something together that these guys are able to do, who are much more educated than I am, and are much more skillful at writing than I'll ever be. I shouldn't say that, but I can't put something together that comprehensive. So Medium is great for me, because I can put little blurbs together, and I can post them up there and get encouragement, and try and encourage other people as well. So I'll just post this up, and hope that you're having good success in your writing efforts too, and that we can bounce ideas off each other. And if you're interested in the same topics, I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in theism, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And even if you're not interested in theism, if you're interested in atheism, as these gentlemen are all, then I'd love to hear about that too, because I think we're working together in this life to get through it as best we can, and to make the world a better place, no matter what our beliefs. I finished this book on Salinger. That was quite a read. That's an indictment on J.D. Salinger, and it's quite a good read, actually. And then these are all old books, and many have gone by the wayside now, but I've started to collect them. But yeah, I hope that you're having good success in your writing efforts, and I look forward to reading your articles on Medium. And I'm always, sometimes I go and I post and run, but most of the time I'll just go and pick a whole bunch and clap for them. And then sometimes I always try and read a ratio of about like 10 to 1. For every article I post on Medium, I try and go out and read, 5 to 10 articles and clap for 5 to 10 articles for every one article I post. Somewhere in that ratio, usually closer to 10, I'd say. So I'm trying to be a good Medium member, I guess you could call it that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.